Welcome, mothers and others. I'm so excited to introduce you to you our next candidate who's running for office. Kimmie Ellison is running for Texas House District 49. Welcome, Kimmie. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, Kimmie, let's just hit it at the top. Tell me, why are you running for office?
Okay, Nancy, I am running for office because I am a nurse practitioner, 20-year healthcare veteran, and I am still working during the day. I direct a program for women that have breast cancer in Austin, Texas, and it is the only place you can go if you are diagnosed with breast cancer and you don't have insurance. And every single day I am at work, I see women who are at risk for losing their lives because the system is rigged against them. So I'm running for office to make sure everyone that needs healthcare in Texas has access to it. And I'm also running so that everyone's children who need to be educated have access to high quality education. And I'm running to make sure that living is more affordable for everyday folks, just like you and me.
So, what do you feel this office needs right now?
I feel like this office needs an outsider. I feel like all of the state house offices need regular folks to represent the districts where they live. Our legislature was designed to be a citizen legislature, meaning you show up for a few months every other year, you pass legislation that is good for the people you represent, and then you go home to your day job. I think that the politics, as usual, is failing us. I think we need someone that is face to face with vulnerable people every day in offices so we can pass legislation that takes care of the most vulnerable among us.
Can you tell me a little bit more about you and your personal values?
Sure. I was born and raised in North Texas in the suburbs, and I moved to Austin in 1996 to go to UT. I have a degree in government. And right after I graduated, I moved to Washington, D.C., and I did work in politics for a little bit. And that was enough to give me, it was enough to make me know I did not want to do politics. I saw people leaving DC that were one or two, one, two steps ahead of me professionally, and they were going on to be They weren't leaving DC, they were staying to be lobbyists and just do things that I thought, well, when I'm 80 years old, if I look back on my life, am I going to be proud of what I've done? And I thought, no, there's a chance I won't be proud. What do I need to do to make sure I live this life in an honorable way? So I became a nurse. I left everything and became a nurse. I came back to Austin. I entered into the alternate entry program at the UT School of Nursing, and I became a nurse in 2006. And then after that, I joined the Peace Corps. I lived in West Africa for a few years in Ghana. And then from Ghana, I moved to Chicago, where I worked as an ICU nurse. I was a member of National Nurses United, very strong, good union contract. It helped me pay off thousands of dollars of my student loan debt because I was well compensated. And for a single nurse to be able to pay off a lot of student loan debt, I mean, that's not common, especially not today. And then I got a doctorate at Rush University. When I sat for my NP boards, I came back to Texas within months, and I've been here for it'll be a decade. Yeah, it'll be a decade in just a few months. And I've been working in nonprofit healthcare ever since. And I have always been working in the space of breast cancer care since I've been back. In 2020, though, right in the middle of the pandemic, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And my diagnosis and treatment was very straightforward because I am educated, I'm privileged. I had all the things that I needed to be successful in my treatment. And I mean, one of the reasons I got to pay that back. It should be like that for everyone. And 20% of the women I saw in 2025 showed up to their first appointment with a stage 4 diagnosis for a screenable cancer. And there are things that the state is not doing that they could do to literally save lives. And it's not just about healthcare. I know a lot about healthcare, but imagine you're a 50-year-old woman and you're diagnosed with a very aggressive later stage breast cancer, and you have a 16-year-old child in your house, and you have to stop working so you can go to your treatments. I mean, you have to stop working so logistically you have the time to go to treatments, but also too, if you're getting chemotherapy, you feel bad. You're physically not able to work. But don't get me wrong. The first question I get after, well, the second question I get, the first question when women show up is, how serious is this? Am I going to die? The second question is, can I work? I mean, we're not talking about these vulnerable patients are not, there's so much wrong information out there. They're not trying to mooch off the system. They're trying to feed their children and keep roofs over their heads. But if a woman has to stop working and she has a 16-year-old child at home and that child is enrolled in a school that cannot help a child in crisis and that kid wants to work to help pay the rent, that kid's at high risk of dropping out of school. And if we don't fund our schools, what's going to happen to that kid? You know? And then you are far more likely to afford your rent or your mortgage and to be able to go to work if you're not riddled in medical debt. So Medicaid expansion will help make living more affordable. The state also does a lot for big business. We give them tax write-offs for their energy bills. We give them tax breaks for, the buildings where their business operate. We don't do that for regular people. There are things the state can do to make lives easier, and they're not doing that. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I'm running. Yeah.
What are the top three issues that you're running on?
Healthcare, education, and affordable living. And when I say affordable living, I mean lowering our utility bills, making sure we have access to water that we can pay for, and helping people not be riddled in medical debt. And if you're well educated, you're more likely to have jobs that pay for these things. So they're all very much connected.
So now we get to have a little bit of fun and get to know you
Yes.
personally. We're going to do a speed
Okay.
round. So let's
Okay.
get it. What is the last book you read?
The last book I read is Everyone Who Is Gone Is Here by Jonathan Blitzer.
So, what is your favorite word?
Peace.
What is your favorite song?
My favorite song, I love music, but my favorite song is No Bad News by Patty Griffin. And can I tell you what my favorite lyric is from that song?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll build kindness in our hearts for all the strangers among us until there are no strangers anymore.
Do you have a personal motto?
Why are you here? I have that on a sticky on my desk at work. If I ever have a question about what to do, what not to do, I look at that sticky and I say, why are you here? And when I'm at work, I am here to help those women. Thank
What
you.
is your favorite meal?
Pizza. I'm simple.
What is your favorite hobby?
I'm a longtime marathon runner and I also love birds. So those two things.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Okay, aside from my 14-year-old dog Harold, pretty much any songbird, but painted buntings are my favorite birds.
So tell me, Kimmie, where can we
Uh-huh.
find out more about your campaign? What's your URL and what are your social media handles?
Okay, so www.ellisonfораustin.com is the website. If you look for Ellison for Austin on Facebook and Instagram, you'll find me there. I'm on TikTok. Um, and then I'm on, also too, I was born in the 70s. Like I am not social media savvy. I'm also on Threads, but my handle I think is Ellison FOR Austin as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Kimmie. I look forward to seeing you on the campaign trail. Thank you for joining me today.
Nancy, thank you so much for talking to first-time candidates, outsider candidates. I need to get my name out there and I need votes, and I really appreciate your help.